Doublehead. Dog monsters are not new to the Silent Hill world. Alyssa had a great fear of dogs, and because Heather is Alyssa, a lot of those old fears are manifested in Silent Hill 3. The dogs have the appearance of having been burned, complete with bandages wrapped around their bodies, mirroring what happened to Alyssa after the fire. The head is split down the middle, and the fangs and tongue are visible. The breed is unknown, but they're fairly small, coming up to about Heather's knee. They attack in two ways: a leaping bite, where they will jump past Heather and take a chunk out of her in the process, or they will bite at her leg until she shakes them off. They will travel and attack in packs, so although individually they aren't too strong, they can easily outnumber Heather to the point of being a serious threat. Luckily, they'll howl as soon as they spot her, so you will know what you're dealing with right away. Doubleheads are agile and fast, but if you turn off your flashlight and walk by while they're eating beef jerky or that odd slab of meat that you sometimes see on the floor, they may not be able to detect you. When facing off against them, keep moving. They'll have a harder time of doing either of their attacks this way. Shoot them with the gun while sidestepping, or use a fast melee weapon while doing an overhead strike as it runs towards you. That should do the trick. Doubleheads are in the shopping mall, the subway, the office building, and the amusement park. Split Worm. Yet another throwback to the first Silent Hill. This monster is patterned after Split Head, the first boss Harry Mason fought, which is appropriate because this is the first boss that Heather faces. It's down in the bowels of the shopping mall. Split Worm is huge, purple, and has a split down its middle to reveal a set of teeth inside the tip of its head. Really, the symbolism behind this thing is that it's similar to Harry's first boss, and the symbolism behind that boss was that it was from a children's fairy tale, and we all know how much Alyssa pulled her inspiration for her nightmare world from literature. But this is good to know, because you defeat this thing in a similar way to Splithead. Its obvious weak spot is the head. So when the fight begins, stand back from the tunnels and prepare to dodge the worm when it appears. As soon as it opens its protective casing around its delicate head, shoot at it. When it opens up, it has the ability to attack, keep your distance, and stand a bit to the side. All you need to do throughout the fight is dodge and shoot. It's not a terribly hard boss, and if you're playing on easy, it's almost ridiculous how simple it is to kill it. Insane Cancer. This monster will give you nightmares about sumo wrestlers. It's a humanoid form of an obese man with a concave face and open sores all over its hideous pus-white body. Usually found slumbering, insane cancers wake up quickly as soon as you approach. The first one you meet is in the subway right after you get the shotgun, and boy will that come in handy. Do not let them get up once you spot them because they are incredibly fast for their size and will be on you in a second if you let them run at you. They can also take a lot of damage. I would normally say run around them, but they are so huge that more often than not they will block your path and force you into a fight. When this happens, use the shotgun first. Get as close as you can with the shotgun, as it is meant to be used in close quarters and will do the most damage that way. If you're short on bullets, do an overhead or thrust melee attack to disrupt the Insane Cancer's attack. The first time it falls, it is not dead. It is healing, and while it is, you'll only be able to do minimal damage to it. Wait until it rises and attack it again. It's down for good when it deflates. Team Silent says that the name takes after its appearance of a cancerous mass. This short explanation left a lot of fans wanting to fill in the blank, and I don't think it's hard to do based on obvious clues. I tend to agree with the explanation of a fetus biologically being considered a type of cancer based on its very characteristics. It could also be viewed as a parasite. Because the god fetus is unwanted and, for lack of a better word, evil, the insane cancer monsters are manifestations of Heather's fear of what's growing inside her body. Insane cancers are in the subway, the office building, the hospital, and the church. Sewer Monster. The sewer monster is a serpent-like creature found in the sewers. You first learn of it in a note found on a desk by a worker who thinks an alligator lives down there. Heather comes across another note which says the monster killed 2 workers, and the author of the note promises revenge for the deaths of his friends. He also helpfully notes that bullets won't hurt it, so you know that any normal way of fighting it won't do. In order to kill the monster, you must find the hairdryer and plug it into the outlet nearby before throwing it in the water, effectively electrocuting it. If you do not kill it, and instead think you can outrun it, a cutscene will show Heather walking over the metal pass, only to have the monster wrap an appendage around her leg and yank her into the water, thereby killing her. The hairdryer you will need to kill this thing is sitting on the chair amongst other pieces of garbage inside a room that is clearly a place to store large garbage found in the sewers. Pendulum. It's really hard to see what exactly this monster is. Upon close inspection, it is a creature with 2 heads on a metallic body. It flies without wings, wildly spinning itself through the air with its blade arms. Typically found with other pendulum monsters or numb bodies, devil heads, or closers, these creatures are hardy and hard to kill, while dealing out a fair amount of damage. If you hear a sound of metal in a blender, beware. That's the sound of the dreaded pendulums. Seriously though, these monsters are probably the most annoying in the game. They slash at you while flying through the air. If you can, just dodge and run by them, but if you need to fight them, you have to knock them out of the sky first and foremost. Equip the shotgun and wait until it's close enough while giving yourself some room so it won't attack. If you time it right, the shot will knock it to the floor, and while it's down, give it a few good whacks with a melee weapon of your choice. Sadly, the handgun just isn't powerful enough for this beast, and good luck trying to knock it out of the sky with a melee weapon. And remember, they are rarely alone, so keep your guard up. Pendulums get their name from the way they move and attack, while rotating the upper half of their body. They are found in the sewers, at the construction site, and the amusement park. I don't know any more than you do. All I know is that things are getting really screwy around here, and I've got a weird feeling it's got something to do with me. Maybe I'm just an innocent bystander, but I can't feel sorry for you because you dragged me into this.